Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to look at what's new with Charlotte Tilbury. We're going to review some of her latest products. And before we get started, if you're returning, welcome back. And if you're new here, hi, my name is Naz. I would love for you to join the family. Hit that subscribe button before you leave the video. And if you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up. And without further ado, let's get started. So as you all know, that Charlotte Tilbury has been putting out new releases lately. I feel like she has a bunch of new products and I'm not mad about it. I like Charlotte Tilbury products, so whenever she puts out something new, I am very tempted to go ahead and buy it, but I wanted to review some of her new products for you guys. So first of all, I actually want to get started with her new eyeshadow quad. This is the Desert Haze luxury palette of mattes. So this was interesting because it's all matte shades. So usually on her eyeshadow quads, she has a lot of shimmers. So this was very intriguing to me because it was all mattes. And honestly, I wasn't really sure about purchasing this product because while I really enjoy the color story, it's nude and I have a lot of nudes, but I do enjoy them a lot and I wear them the most. I knew that I was going to get my money's worth with this, but what I wasn't sure about was her mattes and the quality of her mattes. So some of her eyeshadow quads I felt like were a little bit patchy to me and they weren't blending very well. I'm very used to the Natasha Denona eyeshadow palettes, so they're very good quality. But so this I actually have on my eyes today, and I didn't really create a tutorial, but I do really enjoy the colors and I actually really liked the quality of this matte quad. So I would recommend this if you enjoy the color story. It does give you a nice bronze look, and she actually launched this with her new Airbrush Bronzer. So this I was more excited about getting, and I know that everybody was going crazy for these bronzers. So this is her formula for the Airbrush Flawless powder, I believe, and I really liked her formula with the powder, so I wanted to give this a try. And I picked up the color number 2, so this is the medium shade. Here is what that looks like. So right away, one thing I noticed with this was that it is huge. In the pictures, it looked almost the same size as her powder. So this is her Airbrush Flawless Finish powder, and then this is the bronzer. So that size difference is huge, which is great. You definitely get a good amount of product for the money you pay. And what's really cool is that on the back, she has this little section where you can pop out the pan. And if you run out, you can order more of your bronzer and you don't need to purchase the compact again, which is very good for the environment. You're not wasting, and I think that was a really good idea. So let's go ahead and apply this. I've actually used it already, but I wanted to also show you guys what the shade looks like and how it blends on the skin. So one thing I was disappointed was the shade range. If you go on her website, I believe she only has 4 shades available. So she goes from number 1 to number 4. And I was disappointed because the shade number 1 seems very, very light. So it definitely would be like a setting powder for me. And shade number 2, as you see, is very close to my skin tone, but just a little bit darker so that you can probably see it a little bit. And I just dug my nail in there. So I was going between shade number 3, which is tan, and shade number 2, which is this one, is called medium. And I could not make up my mind for the longest time. So I kept going back and forth, looking at the swatches of both, and shade number 3 looked too dark and shade number 2 was too light, and I tend to go a little bit heavy-handed, so that's why I picked up shade number 2, which I thought I could build up the shade on the skin. I still would have liked something in between 2 and 3, and I think that was a comment made by a lot of people. But that's one thing with Charlotte Tilbury and this bronzer that I think the shade range could definitely improve. So let's go ahead and start applying this. So I have my full face complete. I'm basically missing bronzer and blush, so we'll also take a look at her blushes as well. So let's start with the bronzer. And I actually didn't purchase the new brush that she launched with this bronzer, which I think is a little bit more compact. It almost looks like a travel size brush, but I'm actually thinking about purchasing that because I've heard a few people say that it applies really well with this bronzer. But I'm going to use my Hourglass brush, and just using the smaller end, I'm going to grab a little bit of the product. Going to go on the hollows of the cheek. And as you see, it definitely gives it a little bit of a bronzy look for my skin color, but it's nothing crazy. It is very subtle, so I'm going to build up a little bit more. But it really does blend like a dream. For a beginner or somebody who might be a little bit heavy-handed, I think this is a great formula. I feel like it will never look patchy. It's just so good. So again, shade is definitely light on me, so I have to keep building it up, but it's okay. Put a little bit on the forehead. A bit on the nose. A nose contour. And down the neck a little bit on the chin. So again, very subtle bronzy look. I might actually pick up shade number 3 as well, just because I feel like I could contour with this, but then I can go with shade number 3 to really define the bronze and the contour look a little bit. And the formula is great, so if you find the shade works for you, I definitely recommend the bronzer. So now let's get into the new blushes, which I am very excited about. So she launched 2 new blushes, and these are her Pillow Talk Lip and Cheek Glow blushes. So these are very pricey. So these retail for $40. And I bit the bullet and bought the 2 shades because I saw these and I got really excited. I love the cream blushes, so I couldn't hold myself. But let's go ahead and take a look at these and see if you really need both or if you need them at all. So again, with all of Charlotte Tilbury products, the packaging really feels luxury. It feels nice, and I'm a sucker for packaging, so I really like it. Let's take a look at this first one, which is Color of Dreams. It has a nice little mirror, and let me tell you, these are very tiny. These are actually the same size as the Fenty ones, although you get less product. So Fenty cream blushes, you get 3 grams and 0.10 ounces, and with this Charlotte Tilbury blushes, you get 2.5 grams, which is 0.08 ounces. So these are very expensive. You don't get a lot of product, but let's take a look to see if it's really worth it. So this one is in the shade Color of Dreams, and it is a very nice pinkish tone. It's a really nice pinkish tone blush. And then the second one she launched is the Color of Passion. And I believe this one was a little bit darker. Yes, so this one is a little bit darker. It's almost like a cherry pink color. So this is going to be a little bit dark for me, but let's see. Let's swatch the Color of Dreams. So go in again. So this is the Color of Dreams. Let's swatch the Color of Passion. And this is the Color of Passion. So definitely a lot darker than the Color of Dreams, and it is about the same tone. I would say it's just darker. So let's try one on one side of the face and the other one on the other. So I'm going to first go in with Color of Dreams. I'm going to use that on this side. So I think this one I'm going to use a stippling brush, and then for the other side we'll try our fingers. So just going to grab the product, and this is just a Real Techniques stippling brush, and let's go in. So I did not powder my cheeks. I powdered a little bit on my T-zone, so, and we just put bronzer on. Oh, that is very pretty, and it definitely blends in really effortlessly, so don't have to try very hard to blend this product in. Okay, so I really like that shade. It definitely doesn't look patchy. It did not move any of the foundation. So now let's go on to this side with Color of Passion, which is a darker shade, and for this I'm going to use my fingers. You can also use a sponge. I'm just getting a little bit lazy today, so I'm just going to use our finger. I'm going to go in. I'm a little bit scared because this is pigmented and it is very dark. Unlike the Fenty cream blushes, these are actually very pigmented. So you do have to be a little bit careful, but it does feel nice on the skin. You can definitely blend it out if you go a little bit overboard. With the finger, it is also very easy to apply, and it did not move any of the foundation underneath. So overall, I think the quality is great, as I would expect nothing less from Charlotte Tilbury, and especially for $40. Yes, the quality is very good. All right, so let's step back and take a look at both sides and see if we can actually see the color difference. I actually cannot tell the shade difference, so I don't think that you need both shades. I would find the one that works for you. If you have a little bit of a lighter complexion, I would go with the Color of Dreams. And if you're darker than me, then I would definitely choose the Color of Passion. But you definitely do not need both. Please don't spend your money on both. I don't know why I did. So just forgot that you can actually apply these to your lip as well. The name says lip and cheek glow, so I wanted to show you guys what it looks like on the lips. I don't have any lip color on other than the lip liner. So I actually want to apply the Color of Dreams to the lips. So I'm just going to grab my finger. I do really like the monochromatic look, so I think it's a great idea that these products are creamy enough to be used on the lips. And I think it feels really nice on the lips as well. It doesn't feel thick or sticky, so it would definitely apply on the lips as well. I do like the blushes, but to be honest with you, if you have a lot of cream blushes, do you need the Charlotte Tilbury ones? I don't think so. I would pass on these if you have a lot of them in your collection. So to show you guys a little bit more, I actually want to do swatches of the cream blushes I own, especially the Patrick Ta ones that just launched as well. So he launched his Double Take Cream and Powder blushes, which I am obsessed with. So I have the two shades, Do We Know Her? And then I also have She's So LA. So let's swatch these next to the Charlotte Tilbury ones and see if the shades are similar. And if you have these, do you need Charlotte Tilbury? Let's find out. The first shade I have up here is She's So LA. Then the second shade here is Do We Know Her, which is a little bit more corally pink. And then down here we have Charlotte Tilbury's Color of Dreams, which is the lighter shade, and then on the bottom is Color of Passion. So as you see, compared to the Patrick Ta, the two cream blushes I have, the shades are very different, but the formula honestly does feel the same. So you get more product with Patrick Ta, so I actually would choose Patrick Ta over the Charlotte Tilbury ones if you are on the market for a cream blush. Next, I want to do a comparison to the Tower 28 blushes. So I have the Beach Please blush in Golden Hour, and The top one is Tower 28, Golden Hour, and then I have Color of Dreams from Charlotte Tilbury and Color of Passion. So as you see here, the shades are very, very different, although the formula again feels very similar on the skin. So the Golden Hour is definitely very corally, reddish orangish tone blush, and then Charlotte Tilbury runs a little bit pinkish. So next I have a comparison to the Nude Sticks Nudies Matte All Over Face Bronze color in the shade Beach Babe and then Sunkissed. So you see here is Beach Babe, there is Sunkissed, and then you have Charlotte Tilbury's Color of Dreams and then Color of Passion. So these actually turned out to be very, very similar. I would actually say that if you have the Nude Sticks, Beach Babe or Sunkissed, you probably don't need these. Although one thing I noticed with Nude Sticks is that they tend to be fading away on my skin a lot faster during the day. So I'll put them on and then within about 2 hours, I feel like they're starting to fade. So I'm curious to see how Charlotte Tilbury wears. So I'll wear this all day. And then in the description box, I'll leave for you guys how it wore throughout the day and if there was any fading. So I'll let you guys know. Make sure to check out the description box for that information. All right, guys, so let's talk about these new products and my thought overall. So let's start with the Eyeshadow Quad. Even though I didn't really do a wear and a tutorial for you guys in this video, I do have it on my eyes today and I do really, really like this quad. So I would definitely recommend it. The quality of the eyeshadows is amazing. It blends really nice and the matte shades are just great. So definitely recommend this one if you are looking for picking up a bronzy Charlotte Tilbury eyeshadow quad. Definitely love it. So then the bronzer, so I kind of said my feelings about this already, but I'll say it again. I do like the formula a lot, especially if you have a tendency to go heavy-handed and you're wanting something that is not going to look patchy and you don't want to have to put in a lot of effort to blend out the product. Love this product for that. So definitely recommend it. You do get such a large product, so you definitely get your money's worth with this product. And if you do run out, which I don't think I'll ever run out of this, but you can again use this back portion to pop out the pan and just replace it with the new pan, which will come out cheaper because you don't pay for the packaging. So then the downside for this product is the shade. For me, the shade 2 is a little bit light and I have to build it up a lot. So, and then shade number 3 is a little bit too dark. So there's no in between. And if you are on my skin tone, I think you will see the same. But I might purchase the 2, contour with this one very lightly, and then go over with the darker shade to kind of define it a little bit more. So that's an option as well. Then to these little blushes. So overall, I do really like the quality and how they blend. There's nothing wrong with these blushes other than the size and the price. So the size is very small for the price. I think these are actually the most expensive blushes I own because of how small it is, and it's $40. So that makes me rethink if I would ever purchase it again. I probably will not. I really don't need 2 shades of this, guys. You really don't. Save your money and get 1 shade if you really want it. Or don't get it at all, especially if you have other cream blushes in your collection. I would recommend the Patrick Ta ones over the Charlotte Tilbury one. If you find a shade you like, I would definitely recommend the Patrick Ta ones over the Charlotte Tilbury ones because the formula is very, very similar. I don't notice a difference in the formula. I would say it's about the same. And again, I'll do a wear test with this Charlotte Tilbury one, and I'll let you guys know in the description box my thoughts at the end of the day. And you actually get a powder with Patrick Ta and the cream, and this is a lot larger and you get a lot more products in here than the Charlotte Tilbury ones, and you have more options to layer it with a powder as well. So definitely recommend Patrick Ta over the Charlotte Tilbury. So that's it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed the review, and I hope that you were able to get something out of me trying out these new Charlotte Tilbury products. And if you were looking into purchasing them, I hope that this video was helpful for you in making the right decision. So if you enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up. It really helps me a lot. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you aren't subscribed already. I would love to have you here. And see you guys in my next video. Bye!